Hello, beautiful Aries. How are you? Welcome back. And for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. It's really wonderful to see all the folks that are arriving here for these special messages from Spirit that come through me. My name is Mary Ellen, and this is your July 2017 Soul Tarot reading. A lot of changes happening for everyone. The folks who have been following along month to month know that these readings build upon each other. There is a story, a sacred story that is unfolding. And we are all moving through the changes that are meant to happen for us on the inside in order to be able to change our destiny, Spirit saying, as a group of beings who just so happen to be here on this planet. So, acknowledging that we are all spirit beings walking in a human body to have our existence and our teachings, our learnings, etc. Last month, you continued your movement after having been notified that you are in a sacred initiation type of journey. This year, I believe it's going to carry forward for many years, but the initial phase of this is going to be over the next year, is what I'm getting from Spirit. So, last month, another incredible journey, deepening your awakening, and you were in the process becoming ready to regestate. And the outcome card here was the Imagineer of Harmony. Signifying to me and hopefully to you that, again, as a group of beings, we are beginning to shift our intellectual energy, our spirit energy, our physical energy as well, toward those things that we hold in our heart chakra that we find it difficult to express and difficult to manifest here on the planet. So, I see that right away. We're going to talk about that again, the deepening of that process this month. And before I forget, thanks to everyone who there are people who have been sending in donations. Some of you know I left a career to answer a call from Spirit to step on this path, so that is deeply appreciated, and many, many, many messages coming. And quite a few private readings taking place. So always very deep. The private readings are usually very profound. And they do, depending on your astrological set point, they do explore your personal path from within this idea that comes out monthly. So it's a very interesting journey. Thank you, because those folks who are showing up for personal readings also, I just honor you because your commitment is so deep. And it feeds me. Beautiful, beautiful stories unfolding. So thanks again. If you would like a personal reading, my email is in the description box below the video. Just send me an email. If it takes me a couple days to get back to you, it's just because I'm very busy. And I will be sure to get you on the schedule. I'll send you the information and instruction sheet, okay? So, Aries, today is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. I am here at Moonrise Cottage. It's very quiet. There's a gentle breeze flowing across the meadow. The flowers, the wildflowers, are in full bloom. And it's lovely to see this energy right in the center of your reading. Let me see if I can scroll in on this for you. Let's see. That is the Renewer. It's a beautiful card. It's a major arcana card, sitting right in the center of your reading, right on top, which indicates the messages that Spirit wishes to talk with you about and the spiritual set point with which you will be walking through the month of July. So what I love about this is that, again, last month, the outcome card, you had the regestation happening, furthering your movement and your development. And the outcome card in this position was the Moon card. And here in Soul Tarot, that is the imaginer of harmony, letting you know that you are going very, very deep during the month of June, deeper into your personal soul journey and deeper into your connection with all the people here on earth, all the creatures. Spirit keeps telling me all the creatures who are energetically evolving together as a group. So this card right in the center is just amazingly beautiful. Look at that. Let me scroll out again, I'm sorry. Okay, so there is the sacred cauldron of all wisdom. And again, you know, the moon card showed a journey, taking you far out across the divide, across the veil, is the words that I use to describe that experience. And here we are. You have arrived. That is the triple goddess, who, over the eons of human existence, the notion of the triple goddess is expressed in every culture across the globe in one way or another. And in this place that you have arrived is the sacred cauldron. There is growth here, new growth, and celebration in this very deep, mysterious way. The full name of this card is the Renewer of Growth. And so, you know, again, hearkening to the theme from last month, the Spirit saying the final notice, the final understanding that Spirit wanted to leave you with last month was that you were going deep enough into your own psychic experience, your own spirit base, is what Spirit says, to be able to begin to imagine energetically, which is what this card talks about. You know, it's about energy. It's about the beautiful, mysterious energy from which we arise, according to Spirit. And so you've arrived. You were riding a sacred fish. It was a very Pisces-like experience. Deep into the ocean, under the light of the full moon, diving deep. And here's where you popped out. Spirit says this is the other side, and you've arrived, and you are welcomed. You are very deeply loved, Aries. Very deeply. Spirit says to look into that image, to understand. Okay. So, the Renewer of Growth, the idea of the Renewer of Growth is the message that Spirit wants to speak with you about. And I would assume, we'll see, I would assume we're going to talk about the nature of that growth and where it leads you on your journey as you continue to prepare for the set of eclipses that are coming next month in August. A total eclipse is coming. It's going to be a very powerful time. And so Spirit has been preparing you, just as you were prepared in February through the energy that came through the eclipses. If you're new to the channel, or if you haven't taken the time, it might be an interesting moment to go to that playlist and just check it out. I have some videos there, channeled information from Spirit, about the eclipses that happened in February and the portal that opened, the energy that came through. And we've all been traveling on that, each in our own way, depending on our astrological set point. Okay? So, you know, it's interesting. The image in this card is so deep, and it does reflect the energy that is here in the house today and out in the meadow. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. It's very quiet. There are not a lot of birds chirping, and usually there's an enormous amount of chatter, but the crickets are just singing, almost like a drum beat. It's very interesting. Okay, so you have arrived in this place. And here in the center, in your human walk, okay, if this is spirit energy, this is you on your human journey. Here again is the King of Art, who has this ability to have sacred vision. And there is Raven. And I love, Spirit really seems to want to speak in ways that are very direct. So you are being recognized as a fire sign. Do you see the beautiful sun? That fiery passion for the ability, including the ability to see across, to travel back and forth in ways that are considered magic or mystic. Spirit's correcting me. It's about mystical energy at the third eye center. And you see, this warrior is very well evolved. The sacred spiral of their life rests, resides, and spins and turns, according to Spirit, in the heart chakra. It's very interesting. This warrior has the spear. It's a signification of personal power. And the power that emanates through this warrior is what turns the spiral of life. And, generally the scene is one of just golden light. And I've had, over time, I've had a lot of dreams about beings standing in this golden light. And as I stepped onto YouTube and I began to produce these videos, I was very, spirits tell me I was charmed. I was taken, if you will, just in a way that just felt really familiar and beautiful to me. When I see, as Spirit expresses through the cards, when I see this golden light, that you stand as a being in this mystical ability in golden light. It's beautiful, isn't it? To think about yourself that way, Aries. And you are strong. You are a warrior, Aries. You are. That is your set point. And so your warriorship evolves. You are adding skills and adding types of vision to your ability that is going to shift and change the way you stand in this realm. And that's the message that's just sort of literally coming through from Spirit this morning. Okay? So let's see what happens on your human journey this month. There we go. All right, so that's beautiful. That is the courtship of skill. Do you see there are two individuals here standing on the shore? Spirit is saying on the new shore, about to take a journey into this river, the flow of life energy. That's what this is about. One of these beings has on a blue tunic of shift and change, and the other has a beautiful green garment signifying new growth, which is exactly what the renewer of growth promises. So there are a number of things that are coming through about this. Obviously, more light, just an intense amount of light. You see the lion-hearted sun illustration in the background, lighting their way, giving them strength and energy, power, and confidence to go forward. Each one of these beings has a vessel at their backs. Those vessels are the mysteries that are yet to unfold. And it is by their joining and the combination of these energies that the gifts inside the vessels will be revealed to them as they walk forward into this mystery. The other message that always comes through about this card when it comes is that you are hand in hand with Spirit on this sacred walk. And Spirit says you are beginning, if you have not in the past been able to understand this, you are beginning now to comprehend what this means in a way that's very tangible. When I do my readings, Spirit always lets me know this is not about romance. Spirit does not want to utilize me to talk about love and money and romance and, all the things you get in a typical tarot reading. No disrespect to anyone, because, we're all doing great work. However, this is about your soul journey. So please look into the card and understand. This is about the deeper aspect of you. If you happen along this journey to find someone with whom you can bond like this, that's fabulous. Enjoy it. But please, Spirit is begging you, keep your focus on your internal self. Do not collapse yourself into a relationship because you will lose your way. You must stand in the center of your being in any relationship that you engage in, whether it's with Spirit, whether it's with another human being, a job, any situation. So this is about you being hand in hand with Spirit, but also the sacred male and female archetypes that live in all of us as we balance our energy. And you see how these folks are, they look actually a little furtive. They're very happy to be joined, clearly, but they're sort of looking at each other going, well, this is interesting, now what? Where are we going? What is this journey we're about to embark on? And so Spirit just wants me to let you know, to look into this card in that way and ask the question. Spirit says, ask the question of yourself. If I join hand in hand with Spirit and let my fears fall away and join this journey in a acquisitive way, what will happen? What can I imagine? Because last month the outcome card was the Imaginer of Harmony. So those are the things that Spirit is sending through this morning. There we go. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So, look at that. See that beautiful little being? Childlike, youthful, having been transformed, the midnight blue garment signifies having arrived in a certain place through a transformative journey. And you see the cute little red hat? That's passion. That is the passion at the crown chakra. And look, on this journey, imagining harmony, joined with Spirit, and suddenly pulling aside the fronds, and look, if you have not seen, I'm just going to keep saying it, if you haven't seen those videos about the eclipses that happened in the sign of Pisces, please go and look. This is what was promised, and you have arrived through this journey. In this place, you have discovered there is a portal. You are on a quest of art. And last month you were sent on a quest of skill in order to find this place. And having arrived here, your quest deepens and shifts. This is the energy with which you have been able to imagine, embracing and emanating from inside your being. So, a sacred portal, a sacred source of water, life energy, love, abundance. That, Spirit is chattering in the background about the feeling that comes when you step into this place. That is what Spirit wants us to imagine and begin to draw in so we can begin to really feel it, get comfortable in this place, and continue to imagine what can happen here on this planet and inside your being as you embrace this type of energy going forward into your spirit life and as you walk here as a sacred warrior. And Spirit wants me to show you this, okay, just to point out. You see this? Okay, the quest of art, sitting right below the King of Art. This is the strength with which you take this journey, the amount of sacred vision you have, mystical awareness. It's really beautiful, Aries. And, look at that. See, we were just talking about changes coming to the earth, etc. So this is the combat of art. All right? So as a sacred warrior, Aries, we know this is your set point, right? You see that? Pardon me. That card is about a certain type of futility of battle. And, as the outcome card on the human realm, this is what is falling away. The sun is coming up. You see? Reflective of the sun and the King of Art. Combat, strife, violence, religious intolerance, racial intolerance, all the things that we suffer from on earth, all the many things. These things, we are coming to a place of deep. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a download. Okay, so Spirit says it's not just about understanding. It's about developing an intolerance for this, an inability to tolerate the futility of the way humanity performs its actions. And, you know, that's that's a direct channel from Spirit. I think that fairly obvious. It just means, you know, one of the things that has to happen for us is not just about all this shift and change. Yes, that clearly is happening. There's also an intolerance. You know, if you've ever had a food intolerance or some kind of an allergy, you know, you could not be around that. It literally causes a negative reaction on some level. And Spirit, the message that's coming through in all of the readings is that we are throwing this off. As we develop, we will... Okay, sorry, Spirit just gave me the word. Aversion. We will develop an aversion for this. This is about the tree people. In the background of the story, there was a king who was fighting a battle. Pardon me. And, of course, he wanted dominance through violence and used a magic spell to turn the forest into these little warrior beings. And they rebelled. They didn't want anything to do with it. Nothing. In the end, things came to rights, and the sun came up. You know, it's funny. I'm a child of the 60s, and I grew up in that era here in the United States with all of the types of things that people were rising up against, protesting, war, etc., etc., etc. And you know, we've had a lot going on in the last few years as well, with Pluto guiding us through the first house of Capricorn to shift and change the power structures in which we live and the power structures in which we put our faith and trust. And those who are not well aligned with the sacred concepts are being shredded. Their forms are being challenged. So it's very heartening to me to see this card show up. Don't let this worry you. The natural process is taking place because as we change our set point, our vibration, if you will, this is going to begin to fall away. I don't think it's going to totally happen in my lifetime. I could be wrong. These things take time, right? The wheel of Pluto takes hundreds of years, but clearly shift is coming. And we are experiencing the outcome of these things that we do in a way that is different. And that is what's going to bring the change. Okay? So, that was a long chat from Spirit. Let's see what's at the bridge card this month. Look, Aries. All right. Again, Spirit keeps hearkening back to imagining harmony, which was here. And okay, asking me to put the card down. To have you look at this line. Let me see if I can scroll in on that a little bit. This is the energy shift that takes place. Okay. So, we have the renewer of growth, the king of art, the art of sacred vision, mystical vision, and the energy that comes with that as you stand in your place. Having taken this journey, this commitment to hand in hand go with Spirit on this quest to discover this place so that this can fall away, right? Letting go of this on the earth as a way of radiating our energy. And when these events happen, the spiritual outcome of that takes you to the next part of your journey is this. It's a new foundation. Look at that. That's the foundation of knowledge. Okay? And, you know, there's new growth. There's a continued growth happening. So as a 6 card, right, we know that more is coming. But look. Okay? honestly, that's the feeling here at Moonrise Cottage today. It somewhat feels like that. Spirit's asking me to pick this card up. So this is you, okay? Going across for your journey. This is where you stand. As the King of Art, when you take that mystical journey and you cross over with your vision, do you see how this young woman is activated the third eye center? At the same place as the King of Art? She stands with the wisdom of the ancients, far across the veil. And, you know, because this is sacred female energy, an archetype, this is a fertile moment. More growth is coming. All right? Spirit's asking me to do this. I don't know if I can get these both into the camera. How about this way? All right? So you can see. Oh, I see. I see what the problem is. Let me widen this out again. Okay? So you can see the connection very clearly between what Spirit wants to talk about, the spiritual overlay this month, and your spirit card that takes you across to this journey. There, that's better, okay? See? It's beautiful. It's really profound. I thank you, Aries, for doing this work. You know, it takes a certain type of commitment. And, you know, as a person who's had these kind of journeys all my life, sometimes it does just happen. Something shifts, even if you weren't intending it, and then there you are. And it's a very quiet, deep knowing, at least for me, that would come over me at times. And then subtly over time, I would see something inside of me has shifted yet again. And that's kind of how my journey has been. My growth and development, you know, into this moment in my life as a clairvoyant person, it took a whole lifetime. And Spirit says that's just entirely fine. Okay? So, let's see. That's just a beautiful line. Spirit just wanted me to point that out. It's gorgeous. Each card reflecting the other. In order to help you understand how these things are connected. Okay? So let's see what's up here. And look, oh, Spirit, thank you. All right, so a new adventure, all right? Based on this foundation in the spiritual bridge card, you are now entering a phase of more adventure because, you know, Aries, you love it, don't you? You are all about adventure and journey and travel and busting through obstacles and just with all of your fiery passion. And look, you know, Spirit's, it's funny, there's a little bit of laughter in the background, chuckling, not laughter. So Spirit says, and you see, if you've ever sat in meditation and you felt yourself become, your energy compress, and you feel as though you're very small. I've had that experience. And then you pop through a portal, and then your energy expands as much as the universe. That's kind of how it feels in those moments. This little mouse, this is the way in which you travel forward, because you are in a new place. You have a new foundation. A foundation of knowledge. Okay? And you're going to use that foundation to go on this skillful adventure like a little mouse who seems an insignificant creature in this new place. Don't ever doubt it. Anyone who's ever had a mouse in their house knows that's a formidable adversary. A little mouse can go wherever it wants to go. It can take care of itself against all odds. And this little mouse sits in a beautiful field of wheat. Maybe it's rice, I don't know. Eager, excited, happy, bountiful, filled with all the things that it needs. Fed. Spirit says, well fed. You are well fed. You are well nourished spiritually in order to take this next step, because your adventures continue, Aries. Spirits, I'm sorry, I'm getting a download. Okay, so Spirit's talking about your adventures with Spirit. Did you see this? Hand in hand. That's what Spirit was talking about. Okay, I'm going to try to do it this way. Hand in hand with Spirit, you are setting out on an adventure. And the foundation of this adventure is this new courtship. You see, it's a number 3 card. A courtship of skill with Spirit. Having stepped on, because of your continuing development in the imagination of harmony from last month, you arrive here on your spiritual journey. All right? A new foundation. This is standing with the wisdom of the ancients. I can't remember if I said it. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit across the veil myself. So, and with that foundation, hand in hand with Spirit, you are being gifted with a new adventure. A skillful adventure, developing skills, having many. You see, a number 7 card. You're ready. You've got what you need. And you're going for it because you're a fabulous Aries. So, let's see where you're going. Now I'm filled with curiosity. All right, let's see what's here. Look, okay. Thank you, Spirit. That is fantastic. All right, so this is the judgment of battle. So in this moment, when you prepare to go on this adventure, you are going to take a moment of pause. You know, which is why the little mouse is sort of sitting on the chaff of wheat. You see how they're looking at each other? This is what Spirit is saying. Okay? They are... Spirit says it's different images of the same concept. All right? This person has come through a significant battle, which has changed him. See that young warrior with the red hair? Aries, that's you. Okay? See? Clothes are kind of tattered. There's some security now in the background. The hut, he's back home. He's come home from a battle in which he was victorious over some form of futility. And he actually, his backstory is that he was able to slay the magical sacred hound of a king against all odds, kind of a David and Goliath story, okay, that comes out of the Bible. So if you're not Christian, you don't know that story. It's about a warrior who, young man, did battle with a giant in a certain way, against whom there would be no hope of success, and he won. So in that moment, something is revealed to that young man, and he takes a pause. And he's just thinking about what he's come through and where he'd like to set off now in his life, taking some rest, preparing for the next adventure. Do you see? So you're getting ready to go on an adventure. Spirit's telling you, get ready. Take care of yourself. Pause. Think. Feel. Spirit says, I said think. Spirit says, the word is feel. Feel your internal being. Take some pause and be with yourself to consider on an energetic spiritual basis how it feels to have come through victorious spiritual battles in order to take the next step, okay? And prepare for this adventure. Let's see what's here. There. Okay. Here's the adventure. I love this. This is a wonderful card. You see that? Revelation. More skill is being revealed to you. The revelation of skill. That is an owl. This young lady, again, we see a notion of the river of life. This young maiden is a sacred little magical being. She is actually literally in the story, she's made of flowers. And she has a lot of magical power. And she had some obstacles in her life. She was trying to, here's what Spirit's telling me. Okay, she was engaging in a sacred relationship, attempting to. And there were obstacles that came in her path. And Spirit's saying, for you, it's coming from within you. There are things, as you continue your pathway, as an initiate into the realm of the sacred warrior, you're going to have obstacles. And her battle was with herself. And that is the pathway of the spiritual warrior. The biggest battle is always with yourself. Overcoming the things inside of you that need to shift and change. And you know, Aries, sometimes people who have fire sign, it's about controlling our anger. I'm an Aries rising. I get it. Believe me. I'm a humble, shy, retiring hermit of a Virgo. But if I go out into the world and somebody steps on my last nerve, you see the colors here? There's something else that's going to happen. And I've had to learn to deal with me, you know, with that side of me, what that impulse is about. How to take a deep breath and say, okay, wait a minute, what am I mad about? And why? What's going on here? And how about if I just let it go right now? So this young woman tried to overcome an obstacle that got in her path. And she did not do it in a forthright way. And because of that, she was turned into an owl and kind of lived out her existence out in the forest. With her sacred vision transformed in this way. And Spirit's just saying, you know, just be aware. You know, committing to a spiritual path does not mean you cease to be human. We all have our human foibles, frailties. They serve us if we approach them correctly. They help us understand things that we need to know. They reveal something very deep if we allow ourselves to face them. And that's what she had to do. And she learned some lessons as a result. Okay? So, that can be a little anxiety producing. It can feel at odds with messages that come like this. And Spirit says it's never at odds. It's part of the journey. In all of those capacities that we have as humans, until our energy really shifts and change, and we're in control. You know, it's interesting. Here's the words that's coming. Spirit's talking in the background about until we're in control of our energetic pathway internally, so that we then affect the flow, the electronic flow within our brains that affects our hormones. I mean, no lie, this is what's coming through, all right? We're going to continue to have these challenges, right? Depression, anger, rage, fear, lack, all those things, the desire to be dominant, and you know, rather than, or then, you know what, Spirit's saying it's a need, it's not even a desire, and it's because of the ways in which we've been out of balance. So there's, you know, part of this great shift and change is to balance ourselves, and so that is what, you know, that's what this adventure is about. Those are the words that are coming. So I'm interested to see next month when the eclipse comes what that message is going to be about. So let's see the outcome this month, okay, Aries? And look, there, okay? That makes perfect sense to me. Sorry, my coffee's in the way. All right. That is the revelation of art. That is a beautiful transition. Taking up this new spiritual foundation, having these skills being revealed to you about emotion, about how we deal with ourselves and what comes up from within us, what our decision-making process is. And when that skill develops, because those things are revealed to you about yourself and how that causes you to act and react with those around you, do you see how activated when you take that up and you take responsibility? Without shame. Don't shame yourself. Understand yourself, Spirit says. All right? Understand the totality of your human existence. And when you're able to do that and tolerate those things that are revealed to you, these new skills that you need to develop, and you walk in that direction, this is where you arrive. Okay? Another revelation. The art of the flow of energy. And look, she has the sacred barrel of water, life energy, sitting at her side, jewel encrusted. Love, abundance, peace, tranquility. and in her being she is fully energized. This is about the capacity to reach your goals in the way that the water signifies. And you know what? With your passion intact, look at that, Aries. There you are. Beautiful red dress, fully activated with sacred passion. As a human, what is meant for you as a human? There is something very sacred about our beings. And you know, many of us, across the world, we have these stories that rise up out of religion about ascension, and that message is coming through a lot in different ways. And what Spirit's starting to reveal to me is, the first step is to understand that that happens inside of us. There is a place that we can travel to because we are sacred beings here. And this woman sits fully in her passion, fully activated, able to emanate that energy just from her being and to share her passion from her heart chakra, poured into a bowl in order to share it with others. That's an incredibly beautiful message as an outcome. So I'm wishing you well, Aries, as you travel through the month of July, and I'm going to very much look forward to hearing from you. Put some messages on the thread. Tell me what's going on. I always love hearing that. And again, if you want a private reading, just send me an email. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Thank you, Aries, so much for all you are doing and all you're striving for. I'm really sending my love and my hugs. Have a lovely month.